Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and today I'm gonna attempt as a newbie to fix this iPad 9th gen, and let's go for a ride. Let's get to it. So before we start the video, I would just give you a disclaimer that this is the first time that I'll fix an iPad, and I'm not a professional repair technician on any mobile device. I just edit videos here for the channel, and this is my nephew's iPad. This is the A2602. So it's the 9th gen, and he dropped it on the concrete floor, and it got a dent on this corner right here, and it shattered the glass and it bounced off again, and on the top corner you can see a small dent as well. So this iPad still works, but it looks ugly. So this janky job will start off by me using my wife's hair dryer. So I found some YouTube videos that I followed on how to fix this stuff, and you have to apply heat on the sides. So I will start off with applying heat on mostly on the left side of this screen, because the right side just has all the electronics and the flex cables. And after that was heated up, I will use this suction cup that came with the repair kit that I ordered online. I tried to lift that up. It's pretty scary, to be honest, if this is the first time you're doing it. And of course, to pry off the display, I'm going to use an advanced tool called a razor blade. So it's thin enough and robust enough so it can slice through the adhesive, which I am doing right now. I'm gonna demo it. So you go side to side, which is very complicated process. And as I was doing this, I soon realized that this could damage the screen even more. So I was taking my time, and it took a lot of time. That this is very stressful for me, and as you can see, I turned around the corner. The adhesive is very strong, so as I was pulling up the cracked portion of the display, more cracks appeared, which scared the hell out of me. So I will slice through again, and mostly on the left side of the display. And of course, I'm trying not to go deeper as to damage more components inside. Actually, I don't know what's underneath this display, but I was getting desperate at this point. So it's really hot in the afternoon, so I was doing my best not to cut my fingers, but I also want to force this broken display out, because there's no going back. After I ruined this display even more, I can't reuse it even if I wanted to. So right here, going to the next portion. Now I'm slicing another portion of the display, and this is the home button. I'm applying more heat again, and as you can see, this tragic scenes appearing on your screen right now. This is a testament as to why repair service technicians are really important. You can see there, it's a very dangerous job. You need the proper tools for the job and the proper know-how on how to use those tools. And right here, although I have successfully removed the display, it's pretty hard. It took me a few hours to go this far. and of course there's always a risk that I can get injured with this janky setup for the screen repair. So I used an alcohol bottle to prop up the digitizer, the glass, and I removed 4 screws from the LCD screen. There are 4 of them. Have this screwdriver. I thought they were gonna be Torx screws, but fortunately they're just regular Phillips. I'm now scraping some leftover glass on the sides here. Put that to the side. And a lot of debris has also gone inside the chassis, but it's not really worrisome. This is the final screw. There you go. Just pry it off. Put that to the side. And now we're ready to remove the LCD screen. My mindset at this point is try not to damage the LCD screen because it's more expensive to replace. The digitizer, I ordered this replacement digitizer online for like $10, and I think the LCD is more expensive than that for sure. So trying to be very delicate on this one. Up close, this is where you can find the screws. You can see there's a lot of fingerprints already on the LCD. We're gonna clean that up later. This is underneath the display. You have 3 screws to remove because there's a protection plate. This is like a plate that covers the connectors for the digitizer and the LCD and the home button. So we're gonna try to remove that. Lift up the LCD and put that to the side, and we'll continue our adventure with the removal of the home button and the digitizer. So the home button, as you can see here, is already serialized to the board. So when you replace the home button, you lose the Touch ID functionality. But since this is my nephew's iPad, he doesn't really use Touch ID. He uses the PIN passcode, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna spend more time on the reuse of this home button. Although if I were a professional service technician, I would certainly reuse that part. But my replacement display came with the home button, which is quite convenient. So I'm now cleaning the old adhesives, and this is the aftermath. Look at that, it's so battered. The home button is still there, but I'm not going to reuse that. So there's no turning back now. This is the 3 screws for the connector plate. Very small. This is the 4 screws for the LCD screen, and after I cleaned up a bit the sides, the glass, this is the connectors. This is the connector for the battery. I haven't removed the battery because you need a special tool for that. So the iPad has been on the entire time. This is the replacement digitizer that I ordered online. Pretty good. You have the adhesives already and the home button. This is gonna be a good one. I'm now gonna connect the connector for the digitizer. There's 2 of them. They're quite big actually. Now I'm gonna prop this up 90 degrees again, then push that in. It's quite easy so far. And then we're gonna install the home button flex cable, which is very nerve-wracking. It's very flimsy. This is how it looks after I installed it. Just pushing it in. Now the LCD is gonna be installed. This is quite tricky because the LCD flex cable is located underneath the LCD, which is, I think you need 4 hands to complete this repair, but try my best. I'm gonna test if the digitizer works, and it does. It's quite amazing actually. I'm very stressed out by this repair, and now it's working. This is encouraging, which is nice. You can now type on it. Also testing the home button. It's time for us to assemble everything. So we're in the home run stretch. So I'm gonna put back the very tiny screws and trying to bury my head in just to focus. So this is a very bad angle. There you go. The one screw is already attached. 2 more. There you go. So my concern always is to keep the LCD intact and damaged, because if I mess this up, I'm just gonna order another digitizer and have a repair shop do the job for me. But hey, it's promising. Looks promising at this point. Look at that. Look at that. Now we're gonna install the 4 screws for the LCD. Pretty excited to finish this one. It took me the entire afternoon to fix this, so definitely not ready for any job in Sydney CBD Repair Centre. I think I'm gonna stick to editing videos for the channel, but I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna clean off the fingerprint smudges that I put on this gorgeous LCD display. Arrange everything, remove all the plastics, remove the strips for the adhesive, and let's close this baby up. So there's a lot of things that you shouldn't do by watching this video. You should have the proper tools, proper protection when opening a device. Also need I think proper training to use the proper tools, and of course you need to have the skills to reuse the old home button. But this is not a professional repair. This is just for my nephew. He needs the iPad fixed. And of course he's still a kid, so he needs to be safe. A cracked display is not safe for any kid, so I'm just doing a charity work here. And look at that. I think this iPad is now fixed. There's still the dent on the corners. And I hope you enjoy this, guys. If you need help on your smartphone screen replacement, go to Sydney CBD Repair Centre and find David and not me, because I don't know how to fix stuff. Although this one has been a success, I'm very happy. The screen is working. I can't use this one-handed, so I'm gonna use this phone stand. Look at that. It's working. You can now watch YouTube, play games. Home button is working. Pretty nice. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll see you again next time. Cheers.
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.